Pull the cap off right now.
Jesus fuck, dude, that's gonna be so sick. What the fuck?
12 valve Cummins.
This is really how your life has been?
Yeah. This is a Wild-Torquey knife.
Dude, holy fucking Christ.
You know shop that.
Dude!
Did you get it warm? It's bag too, man.
Oh, fucking me, Tyler.
He's a noob. It's
You
okay.
fucked up.
What? You didn't grab a cold case.
It's okay.
Oh my god, dude, this is fuck.
It's tiny, dude.
You can't even see over the hood when the fucking hood's gonna be on it.
There ain't gonna be no whip. Just a fucking turbo right in your face. Two of them. So right now I'm building bag spacers because you remember I have the 3x2 tubing and I have one vertical and one horizontal. So the horizontal one I have an inch difference, so I just took some 1.5 by 1 inch tubing, just some 1/8 wall, and cut it to the round shape of this that I needed. So I'll weld it up in here and then this side. And then I'll take the ends and I'll box them off just to cover them up so they don't get filled with anything. Not for structural stability, just so they don't get filled. So what I did here was I just took a piece of scrap steel. It's wide enough so that it goes this way, right? And then I laid it out in 7/8 of an inch wide strips. Then I'll cut them here on the Beverly. Cut them to my strip size, right? Then once you get them cut, they automatically have a little curve to them because the Beverly actually pushes them around and curves them as it cuts them. So this is thin steel, so it actually bends almost perfect to what I needed it to bend to. So I don't even have to bend it. All I gotta do is cut it, tack it on there, and then silicone around it, and it's good to go. Now you can see I got these ends boxed and ground down. Now I can attach them to my bag plates. Now you can see that I got this bag cross member. I got it set at pretty much right on the nuts, 0 degrees, 1 degree off or so, but that's all gonna change when the angle of the frame changes this way or whatever. So this is ride height and it's damn near 0 degrees, so that's good. Got the ball there, all them welds. Then I also have the bag mount under here. If you look close, you can see it. The bag mount that I extended. Now you can see what I'm talking about. That difference was an inch, right? Put this on there. 0 degrees. Those are just held on with clamps right now. They gotta get welded up, obviously. So once this is welded up where I need it to be, then I'll go and adjust, run this through the motion a couple times up and down, and then you can adjust these to lengthen it, to stretch this out a little bit, or to give it more pinion angle or less pinion angle or whatever. So all the adjustments there for fine tuning, and right now I'm just getting it close. So I have to weld all the way around all these, all this, bolt through here, weld all this, put a gusset, 3-inch gusset from here to here. Gonna turn out nice, I like it. This is what happens when you can't feel something burning your side. Yep, that is what you think it is. Part of my sweatshirt. So I got this all welded up. Got these bag plates welded on, and now I'm just taking these edges and kind of smoothing them out a little bit. Because these are laser cut, the edges weren't exactly perfect. So I take them and just smooth them down, just because the bag seams are actually going to rest up against this at full compression. So you want to make sure that this isn't going to wear open on your bags. So I'm going to round these over nicely, and then I'm going to grind this flat right here, so make sure the bag seats flat, and make sure that there's no like little pointy objects. See, like here's a little pointy spot right here in the weld. where I burnt into a tack. Make sure there's no pointy spots because that'll wear away your bag over time. Now it's time to mount this bad boy for good. So right now I'm working on mounting this cross member here, and in order to mount this cross member I need to have the frame all the way down on the ground, all the way compressed as low as it's gonna go. So for me, just sit the frame on the floor, front and back. And then I need to center this cross member with the axle. Okay? So I need to center the bag mount on the axle. That way when this compresses, the bag is straight, perfectly straight up and down. It's compressed straight down. That's important because if the bag is compressed sideways, then it'll push too much one way and it gets, it can get ripped on something or too much side pressure or whatever. So it's important when you're setting up your bags that you have the bags straight over the axle at your lowest point or wherever you think you're gonna be laid out or whatever. So I have that set here. But here's a problem I'm coming up to. Because I'm running a 31-inch tire, I have my jack stand set so my center, my hub is 15.5 inches. Now ideally it'd be perfect, in a perfect world I'd have the wheels and tires on here, but I don't have them yet. So I'm going based off this method. But if you look in here, with this set on here like so, I only have about 2.5 inches. This is crooked. Gotta have them parallel to each other. I only have about 2.5 inches between these two mounts here, right? Well, these bags compress at 2.7 inches. So that's the smallest they can possibly be, and there's bump stops at that point within these things. So in order for me to get this down as low as I need it to go, I'm gonna have to cut out 1/4 of an inch at least off of this to make these shorter. So if I cut off of this right in here, I can bring this down 1/4 of an inch, or actually I'm gonna go 1/2 an inch just because. So basically what I did here is I scribed this with just a circle template, a 3-inch circle. I measured up 1/2 an inch and then did the top of the circle there. Basically did that on all these that I have, right? And then I'll go and cut that out with the cutoff wheel. It's kind of tedious, but the little details in these things is what adds up, you know? 1/2 an inch here, 1/2 an inch there. Pretty soon you're sitting 2 inches off the ground, or you're riding like crap because you didn't have it set up right. So you just want to make sure you take your time on this. And then if you notice over here, see that little guy there? I could take this and relocate it, but I don't really want to do that. So what I'm doing, if you look closely, you might be able to tell. Let's see. If you look in there, you can see right here. You can see right here, right? That's the plug. So I'm lining this up so that this hole on this airbag mount is actually aligned with that cap. So me cutting this down 1/2 an inch isn't going to do much. It's just going to bring the cap up into this hole. Right? Okay, so that's important for me just because I don't want to relocate that. I could if I had to, but I don't have to. It's fine there. It can still open and close as it should and whatever. So now I'm going to prep the bolts for the bottom of the bag mounts. These bolts are never going to come out of this mount right here because this is going to be sandwiched in between the rear end, right? So there's not going to be space for the bolts to come completely out. That's fine. You want to make sure that you put in the right bolts the first time though. So after I cut the 1/2 inch off, I'm actually gonna start setting my bags this way, right? This is important too because you don't want angle when it's down, obviously. So the easiest way to do that is to mount your bag under your bracket, like so or whatever. Mount your bag under your bracket this way, right? And then what you're gonna wanna do is take this whole assembly, hang it, mount it from your bag mount like so. So it's all kind of hanging there, but it's higher than the rear end, so it's just free floating, right? And then you drop down the frame, and the frame, the weight of it will naturally bring this down straight. This bag will want to compress straight. So it's gonna make this thing turn. It's gonna make this bracket turn. Say if it's like this, it's gonna push it until it's straight. So that gives you a perfectly straight, foolproof method. And then once that's on there like that and the bag's in between, imagine the bag is here, then you're just gonna tack it with the bag still in there. Give it a few hot tacks. You can weld by these. They are rubber just like tires. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not going to. So what I'll do is I'll take the bag out, then weld all the way around here, just to keep any possible heat or sparks or anything from puncturing my bag. Now I have this rear end and the bags all set where they need to be. So I'm just gonna finish welding this cross member in, and then I'll take these bags out and finish welding these bag mounts in, and it's really good to go. I'm laying out, I got laid out, and I'm starting to cut some gussets, just 3-inch gussets that are gonna go on the inside here, so they'll go like this, if you can kind of imagine. Originally I was gonna put another plate in here, weld it on, and then bolt through all that, but that's just overkill. It's getting a little heavy, so I'm trying to be efficient with all this, but this will turn out nice. And then the bag mounts will mount under here and go down to the rear end, obviously. Yeah, fun stuff. So now that my frame is almost ready, I'm gonna end up taking out this floor, this sheet metal floor. Basically all it is screwed to these wood kind of rails that are in here. Basically I'm just going to cut out the screws, lift all this up. I'm going to have to cut out a lot of this bracing so it will clear all my frame stuff, especially in the back. This will have to go, this will have to go. I'm going to try and leave as much of this front stuff as I can because I need it for the structural support. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and hopefully have the body on in the next day or so. What's the predicament, huh? Damn it.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through? For you, for you, for you, for you, for you.